I want you to stop scrolling for just a moment and take a serious look around the room you are sitting in right now. Whether you are currently in a tiny studio apartment that you rent from a landlord or you are sitting in a massive sprawling mansion that you own outright, it simply does not matter. Structure around you is not just a pile of lifeless bricks and wooden drywall. It is a living, breathing battery. It is a massive energetic capacitor that is right now at this very second either charging you up with wealth and vitality, or it is slowly draining you dry. In the ancient metaphysics of the East, specifically within the systems of classical environmental science, there is a concept called the golden house. This concept teaches us that the physical size of the house is completely irrelevant to its power. What matters is the frequency at which the house vibrates. You could be living in a royal palace with gold ceilings, but if the energy is dead or stagnant, you will be miserable, lonely, and financially broke. On the other hand, you could be living in a small rustic cabin in the woods, but if the energy is alive and circulating, you will attract opportunities, connections, and abundance like a powerful magnet. The secret to unlocking this power lies in 10 specific signs. These are the hidden indicators that your home is vibrating at the frequency of success. Most people go their entire lives without ever noticing these signs. They think their bad luck is random. They think their financial struggles are just due to the economy. They never realize that the problem is literally sitting in their living room. If you can learn to identify and activate these 10 signs, you are essentially sitting on a gold mine. Let us begin with the first sign, which is the most critical because it exists entirely within your own psychology. This is the foundation upon which all other physical reality is built. Sign number 1 is what I call quantum gratitude for your shelter. I see so many people, especially young, ambitious people, who live in a constant state of resentment towards their own home. They walk in the door and they sigh. They say, "I hate this small apartment." They say, "I cannot wait to move out of this dump." They apologize to their friends when they come over. They treat their home like a temporary waiting room for their real life to begin. They refuse to decorate because they think it is a waste of money. They refuse to clean deep corners because they do not care. Here is the deep metaphysical problem with that thinking. In the laws of energy and manifestation, you cannot receive an upgrade if you are actively rejecting your current level. If you hate your home, you are broadcasting a strong signal of lack-ending gratitude to the universe. You are telling the quantum field that you are not a good steward of space. The universe looks at you and says, if you cannot handle this small one-room apartment with love and care, why should I give you a 10-bedroom mansion? You would just neglect that too. But the person who treats their tiny rental like it is Buckingham Palace is hacking reality. This is the person who scrubs the floors until they shine even though they do not own the floor. This is the person who buys fresh flowers for the table, even if no one else will see them. When you walk into your home and say, "Thank you for this roof, thank you for this safety," you are generating a high-frequency field of appreciation. You are proving to the universe that you are ready for more responsibility. Your home feels your love, and energetically it begins to protect you in return. It becomes a sanctuary where you can recharge your batteries. So the first rule is simple but profound. Love the house you are in. Treat it like the best house in the world, and it will become the seed for your future empire. Now that we have set the mental foundation, let us look at the atmosphere. This brings us to the second sign, which involves the invisible soundscape of your home. Sign number 2 is harmonic resonance. There is an old saying in the East that goes, "When the family screams, the luck leaves." We often ignore the power of sound because we cannot see it. But sound is a physical vibration. It is a wave that travels through the air and hits objects. When you argue, when you scream at your spouse, when you speak with harsh, critical words, you are creating jagged, chaotic waveforms. These waves do not just disappear when you stop talking. They get trapped in the furniture. They get trapped in the walls. We call this energy static. Imagine your house is a sophisticated radio antenna trying to tune into the station called wealth. If there is constant fighting and emotional tension in the house, you are jamming the signal with white noise. Money is a form of energy that requires a smooth, clean path to flow. Operates on the frequency of trust and flow. It cannot enter a chaotic field. If your home is full of anger, money will literally bounce off the front door. Look at the most successful families in history. Look at the empires built by partnership. It is not that they never disagree. It is not that they are robots. It is that they do not let the sun go down on their anger. They resolve conflicts quickly. They prioritize peace over being right. If you walk into a home and the air feels thick and heavy with tension, that is a poverty house. You can feel it instantly. You want to leave. But if you walk into a home, the air feels light and there is the sound of laughter, that is a prosperity house. Peace is not just a moral virtue or a nice thing to have. It is a hard-nosed financial strategy. A peaceful home recharges your nervous system so that when you go out into the business world, you are operating at 100% capacity. You are sharp. You are charismatic. You are magnetic. You can handle stress because your home base is solid. So you must ask yourself honestly, is your home a war zone or a sanctuary? Do you yell or do you discuss? If it is a sanctuary, you have cleared the second major block to your abundance. Now that we have cleared the mind and the air, we must move from the invisible atmosphere to the visible elements of life. We need to talk about the engines that drive the energy forward. We need to talk about fire and biology. We have established the mental and acoustic foundation of your home. We have cleared the static. Now we must look at the biological engines that drive the energy forward. A house is not a static object. It is like a human body. It needs a heart to pump the blood and it needs lungs to breathe. The heart of the home is the kitchen. This brings us to the third sign, which is the hearth activation. In the modern world, especially in the fast-paced cities of the West, we have become addicted to convenience. We order takeout from apps. We eat cold salads out of plastic containers. We use the microwave to heat up processed food. Our kitchens are cold and sterile. They look like showrooms, not workrooms. In the ancient text, the stove is considered the wealth center of the family. Why? Because fire represents transformation. It represents the alchemical ability to turn rock-old ingredients into warm, nourishing energy. If your stove is never used, the fire energy in your home goes dormant. The heartbeat stops. You might think you are saving time by ordering pizza, but you are actually starving your home of vital life force. We call this Yan Huo Qi, which translates to the scent of smoke and fire. It is the scent of life. It is the smell of survival and abundance. A prosperous home always has a warm kitchen. Even if you are a busy even if you are tired, you must make an effort to engage with the fire. Boil water to make tea. Cook a simple egg. Make a pot of soup. When you light the stove, you are symbolically igniting your prosperity. You are telling the universe that this is a place of production, not just consumption. A home that smells of cooking food triggers a deep primal response in the brain. It says we are safe. We have resources. We are abundant. This feeling attracts people and energy. So turn on the burner. Let the steam rise. That steam is your luck rising into the air. Now let us look at the other living things in your house. This leads us to the fourth sign, which involves biofeedback anchors. Talking about plants. But you must be very careful here. Not all plants create wealth. In fact, some plants can actually attack your wealth and lower your vibration. You need to look at the shape of the leaves. In the subconscious mind, shapes carry deep archetypal meaning. Spikes and thorns represent danger. They represent weapons. Think about a cactus. It evolved spines to say, "Stay away, do not touch me, I will hurt you." If you have a cactus or a spiky plant in your living room or on your desk, you are creating a subconscious trigger of fear and defense. You cannot relax around the weapon. Your amygdala is constantly on high alert. If you cannot relax, you cannot receive. Money energy is like a shy guest. It will not enter a room where it feels threatened. The sign of a lucky house is the presence of lush, vibrant plants with round leaves. Think of the pothos plant. Think of the rubber plant with its thick, glossy leaves. Think of the classic money tree. Round leaves represent coins. They represent fullness and continuity and softness. They soften the hard angles of your furniture and walls. They create a feeling of flow. More importantly, these plants must be alive. A dying plant is a poverty anchor. It signals neglect. It signals that you do not have enough surplus energy to care for a living thing. It says my resources are drying up. But a thriving green plant proves that you have abundance to share. It proves that your environment is healthy enough to sustain life. If your plants are growing, your bank account will follow the same pattern of growth. So go check your plants right now. If they are spiky, get rid of them. If they are dead or yellowing, throw them out. Replace them with round, happy green life. This simple switch changes the biological feedback loop of your entire space. Now that we have activated the fire and the life force, we need to talk about how energy moves in and out of your space. We need to talk about the circulation system. Most people ignore this. They live in stagnant boxes. This brings us to the most overlooked aspect of modern housing, the light and the air. This leads us to sign number 5, which is the mastery of solar charging and airflow. I want you to walk over to your window right now. Look at it. Is it blocked? Are the heavy blackout curtains drawn even though it is the middle of the day? Is the glass dirty? Is the window sealed shut with paint or dust? Many people live in what I call energy caves. They want privacy, so they block out the world. Or they are depressed, so they hide in the dark. But the sun is the ultimate source of yang energy. Yang is the energy of action. It is the energy of visibility and masculine power and aggression in the positive sense. It is the energy you need to get a promotion, to close a high-stakes deal, or to build a business empire. If your house is always dark, your life will be dark. You will feel lethargic and uninspired. Your serotonin levels will drop. A high-frequency home is one that drinks in the sunlight. You must open the curtains every single morning. You must let the UV light disinfect the stagnant energy of the night. You must let the sun bleach out the shadows. You must open the window. Even if it is cold outside, open it for just 10 minutes a day. The air inside your house is filled with the exhaust fumes of your past emotions. Every argument you had last week is still floating in that stale air. Every worry you had yesterday about your bills is still trapped in the room. You need to flush the system. When you create a cross draft, you are hitting the refresh button on the energy of the house. Fresh air brings fresh ideas. It brings new opportunities. If the air is moving, the money is moving. We have ignited the fire in the kitchen, planted the seeds of life in the living room, and opened the windows to the sun. Now we must move to the opposite end of the spectrum. We have talked about how to bring good energy in, but we also need to talk about how to stop good energy from leaking out. You cannot fill a bucket if it has a hole in the bottom. This brings us to the 6th sign, which focuses on the most dangerous room in the house, the bathroom. In metaphysics, the bathroom is the exit point. It is where water, which represents money, flows out of the house. It is where waste is removed. It is a necessary function of life, but it is also a major energetic vulnerability. Sign number 6 is the bathroom seal. I want you to walk into your bathroom right now. Look at the toilet. Is the seat up? Look at the door. Is it wide open? If so, you are literally flushing your luck down the drain. The toilet is a vortex. It creates a suction force that pulls energy down and out. If you leave the lid up and the door open, it creates a low-pressure system that sucks the chi out of the rest of the house. The good energy enters your front door, walks down the hall, and gets sucked into the bathroom before it can nourish you. The sign of a wealthy home is a disciplined bathroom. The toilet lid is always closed when not in use. The bathroom door is kept shut at all times. The trash cans have lids. This is not just about hygiene. It is about energetic containment. You want to keep the dirty energy trapped in the clean energy circulating in the living areas. Think of your house as a financial ledger. The windows and doors are the income. The bathroom is the expense. You want to maximize the income and minimize the unnecessary expenses. By simply closing the lid, you're plugging the leak in your financial bucket. It is a small habit, but it signals a mindset of retention and conservation. These circulation habits, opening the windows to receive and closing the bathroom to retain, create a pressure system that builds wealth. But where do we store this wealth once we have captured it? This leads us to the storage centers of the home, specifically the one appliance that acts as your modern-day treasure chest. This brings us to the seventh sign, which is the abundance vault. In ancient agricultural societies, the wealth of a family was not measured by numbers in a bank account. It was measured by their grain storage. If the granary was full, the family was safe for the winter. They were rich. If the granary was empty, they were poor. Today, we do not have granaries in our backyard. We have refrigerators in our kitchen. Go open your fridge. What do you see? Is it completely empty? Is there just a bottle of old ketchup and a withered lemon on the shelf? Empty fridge is a terrifying signal to your subconscious mind. It screams famine. It screams lack. Every time you open that door and see emptiness, your primal brain triggers a subtle survival panic. It thinks we are going to starve. This low-level anxiety blocks your ability to manifest wealth. A wealthy home always has a reserve. You do not need to stuff it with expensive caviar or champagne, but you should never let it go completely bare. Keep a few bags of frozen dumplings in the freezer. Keep some bottles of water. Keep fresh fruit. Keep a bag of rice. When the fridge is full, it sends a signal of safety and plenty. It tells the universe that you have more than enough. This creates a psychological buffer that allows you to relax. When you are relaxed, you make better financial decisions. You are not operating from desperation. Treat your fridge like a bank vault. Keep it stocked and you will never feel poor. Now we move from the food storage to the energy storage. We spend 1/3 of our lives in one specific place, the bed. It is where we recharge our own batteries. But very few people look at what is happening underneath the bed. Sign number 8 is the sleep portal. I want you to get down on your hands and knees and look under your bed right now. What is down there? Is it a black hole of old shoes, broken suitcases, and dusty boxes of papers you have not looked at in 5 years? If you sleep on top of clutter, you are sleeping on top of chaos. The space under your bed represents your subconscious foundation. It connects you to the earth energy. If it is blocked by junk, the earth energy cannot rise up to support you while you sleep. You will wake up tired. You will have strange dreams. You will feel ungrounded and anxious during the day. The most prosperous homes have nothing under the bed. The energy is allowed to flow freely. It circulates around the sleeper. If you absolutely must use it for storage because you live in a small space, keep it meticulously organized and only store soft things like blankets or pillows or winter clothes. Never store sharp objects. Never store old documents. Never store things that carry emotional baggage like old letters or photos of ex-partners under your bed. You are literally lying on top of those objects for 8 hours a night. Their energy is seeping into your aura. If you are sleeping on top of your tax returns, you will stress about money in your sleep. If you are sleeping on top of your ex-partner's letters, you will be stuck in the past. Clear the space. Let the air flow. When you clear the space under your bed, you clear the space in your mind. We are almost at the end of the list. We have covered the mindset, the atmosphere, the biology, the flow, and the storage. Now we must talk about the maintenance of the machine. A machine that is broken cannot produce wealth. This brings us to the subtle signs of decay that destroy your luck without you even noticing. We have sealed the leaks, opened the flow, and cleared the sleeping quarters. Now we must look at the mechanical integrity of your home. A house is a machine that processes energy. If the gears are broken, the machine stops. This brings us to the ninth sign, which is the broken window theory. I want you to walk through your house right now with the eyes of a stranger. Look for things that are broken. Is there a light bulb in the hallway that burnt out 3 months ago and you just stopped noticing it? Is there a clock on the wall that stopped ticking at 4 o'clock and has not moved since? Is there a faucet in the kitchen that drips constantly? Is there a crack in the mirror? These seem like small annoyances. You tell yourself, I will fix it later. But in the world of energy, there is no later. There is only now. These broken objects are massive energetic blocks. A stop clock is particularly dangerous. In metaphysics, time is movement. A stop clock symbolizes that time has stopped. It symbolizes stagnation and death. It freezes your progress. If you have a stopped clock, fix it immediately or take the batteries out or throw it away. You cannot move forward in your life if your time symbol is frozen in the past. A burnout bulb means you have lost clarity. It symbolizes a dimming of your vision. A dripping faucet means you are slowly leaking money. Drop by drop, your resources are wasting away. The sign of a prosperous home is that maintenance happens immediately. When something breaks, it is fixed that day. This shows the universe that you are on top of things. It shows that you respect your tools. If you tolerate broken things, you are tolerating a broken life. You are telling your subconscious that you do not deserve functionality. You are accepting a lower standard. Fix the small things and you will find that the big problems in your life start to resolve themselves. Finally, we come to the 10th and perhaps the most spiritual sign of all. This is the one that creates the space for miracles to happen. This is the master key that unlocks all the other signs. Sign number 10 is the vacuum law. Look at your floor. Look at your tables. Look at your countertops. Are they covered in clutter? Is every inch of space filled with stuff? Do you have stacks of mail you haven't opened? Do you have clothes piled on a chair? Do you have knickknacks gathering dust on every shelf? If your cup is full, the universe cannot pour anything more into it. You must create white space. We call this the art of leaving a blank. A painting needs negative space to be beautiful. If the canvas is covered in paint, it is just a mess. Music needs silence between the notes to be heard. If it is just constant noise, it is a headache. Your life needs empty space for new luck to land. If you hoard old clothes, old papers, and old junk, you are clinging to the past. You are operating from a poverty mindset that says, I might need this broken thing someday because I will not be able to afford a new one. You are betting against your own future success. But when you ruthlessly declare, when you throw away the things that no longer serve you, you create a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. It rushes to fill the empty space with fresh energy, fresh opportunities, and fresh wealth. A wealthy home feels spacious. Even if it is small, it feels airy. There are clear surfaces. The energy can dance. The sign of a lucky house is that you are not afraid to let go. You trust that the flow will bring you what you need when you need it. You can start today. You can start right now. But knowing the signs is only half the battle. So we have covered the 10 signs and we have talked about the theory, but information without execution is just entertainment. I do not want you to just watch this video and nod your head and then go back to living in a stagnant house. I want you to feel a physical shift in your reality. So I am going to give you a specific activation ritual. This is a bonus technique that ties all the signs together. It is called the Golden Hour Reset. I want you to pick 1 hour this weekend. Just 1 hour. Put your phone in another room. Put on some uplifting music. We are going to do a speed feng shui audit. First, you start at the front door. This is the mode of Kai. Wipe the door handle. Polish the number on your door. Shake out the doormat. Make the entrance welcoming. As you do this, visualize that you are clearing the path for money to walk in. Then you move to the kitchen. Throw away one expired item from the fridge. Clean the stovetop. Oil a pot of water with some cinnamon or orange peels. Let the smell fill the house. You are activating the fire energy and the abundance scent. Then you go to the living room. Find 3 things you do not need and put them in a trash bag. Just 3 things. Old magazine, a broken pen, a piece of junk mail. Get them out of the house immediately. Walk them to the trash bin outside. Feel the vacuum you just created. Then you go to the bedroom. Make your bed perfectly. Open the window. Let the air change. Stand by the window and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale the new future. Exhale the old past. Finally, go to the bathroom. Scrub the sink. Close the toilet lid. Close the door. Seal the lid. This whole process takes less than 60 minutes. But the energetic impact is massive. You have touched every key point of the house. You have signaled to the universe that you are awakened, you are taking charge. You will feel the difference instantly. The air will feel lighter. The colors will look brighter. You will feel a sense of pride and ownership. Feeling is the frequency of wealth. Remember, the house does not make you rich. You make the house rich, and then the house reflects that richness back to you. It is a dance. It is a partnership. You are the king or the queen of your domain. It does not matter if your domain is 5,000 square feet or 500 square feet. Rule it with love. Rule it with order. Rule it with intention. If you do this, the 10 signs will naturally start to appear. You will not have to force them. You will naturally want to keep the fridge full. You will naturally want to fix the broken things. You will naturally want to be kind to your family. The golden house is waiting for you. It is hiding inside your current house. You just need to reveal it. Go home and open the curtains. Let the light in. Close the toilet lid. Stop the leak. Throw away the dead plant. Bring in the life. Buy a bag of dumplings for the fridge. Signal the abundance. Clear the stuff from under your bed. Signal the peace. Fix the broken clock. Restart your time. Most importantly, stand in the center of your room and say thank you. When you shift the energy of your home, you shift the energy of your life. You are the architect. The house is just the blueprint. You have the power to change the plan. If you are ready to upgrade your reality, I want you to make a commitment right now. I want you to participate in this energy. Go to the comments section and type 4 powerful words. House of Abundant Light. Claim it. Stamp it into the digital record. Let the universe know that your home is open for business. Let your subconscious know that you are ready to receive. If you know someone who is living in a dark, cluttered house, someone who is struggling, someone who needs a breakthrough, share this video with them. Be the spark that lights their candle. When you help others rise, you rise with them. Thank you for walking through this house tour with me. Keep your windows open, keep your heart light, and I will see you in the next video.